G'day, Teeth here from pickinglessons.com. This mandolin lesson is the first of an essential mandolin series where we cover the things as a mandolin player I personally think you should know. This is all about the key of F. We can play in lots of keys up the neck and move around once we know those patterns, but there are lots of keys we can play in the open position. Obviously G and A, C and D, they're the easy ones. We're going to look at some of the others. So this is all about the key of F. F major can be played in the open position, perhaps not as comfortably as say G or C or A, but it certainly can be done, and it's really nice to know that. In this lesson, what we're going to cover are the scales found in that open position, all those notes that belong to the F major scale, the pentatonic and the diatonic scales, all the open position chords for F. We're going to look at the arpeggios to match those chord positions as well in the open position. And we're going to have a look at this study, this example solo that you just heard at the beginning of this video. So we're just using basically all that technical work we've worked on with the arpeggios and the scales applied to a simple chord progression. So we can analyze that. It's all about understanding what you're doing. The ideas are great, the scale patterns are great for practice, but if you understand the context and how it fits together, that's awesome. So this is all about the key of F. Okay, so to get us started, we're gonna actually learn this F major scale at just one octave and have a look at and play through the notes that build the scale. Firstly, the F major scale, in the key signature, we have a B flat note. So all natural notes barring the B flat. So if we start from an F here at the 3rd fret on string 3, the D string, that's our scale. So F, G, A, B flat, that 1st fret, C, D, E, and F. There's our F major scale. So you can see there, it's laid out pretty well. We've got some open strings. We use all the open strings in this key. So we're can use the G, the D, the A, and the E as part of the scale. So this first octave again, if we were to compare it to a C major scale, the only note that is different is the B flat. So it's only a slight adjustment. So it does make it for a fairly straightforward scale to play on the mandolin. Let's build on that though. So that's one octave, that's great, but we have a lot more of those notes repeated in this open position. Let's have a look at a full open position F major scale. We're still gonna start on this root note F. We're still gonna use the same series of scale notes, but we're gonna include all the notes found in the open position, or this first position for the hand. In other words, we're not going to shift up the neck, we're going to stay down here. 1st finger, 2nd, 3rd. We're only going to go as far as the 7th, not that we're going to play the 7th because it's not included in the scale. But that would be that coverage, 1st fret through to 7th fret, that one hand position. A reminder with the fingers though, your 1st finger covers the 1st couple, the 2nd finger covers the 3rd and 4th, the 3rd finger will cover the 5th and the 6th, unless the pinky's needed because of another finger choice. So we'll cover that and you'll see what I mean in a moment. So from this F major scale, F root note where we started earlier, we're gonna run up through the same octave, but we have more notes on the 1st string. This is where that little finger is going to come in on fret 6. So normally you might go 3rd finger up to fret 6 and then little finger on 7th, but in this case, just the way the notes are set on that string, it makes sense to go with our fingering in this way. So F, G, A, B flat with the pinky. Now, if we wanted more notes in the scale, they're there. We can move up the neck to cover them, but this is about knowing where they are in the open position, so we're not moving. We're going to turn around and go back. So back through, back down to where we were. Just run that one more time. So from the F, 1st octave, F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Continue on that string, G, A, and B flat. We've covered everything in that position so far. Back down again. Now, root note, let's go down to the bottom to the G. So we've got F, E, D, C, B flat, A, and G. So we can go down as far as that open G there, and then run back up, and we can finish on the root note. So that's a really nice exercise just to bring it back home to the F, but that gives us all of our open position notes found in the F major scale. Now, if you're playing in the key of F, that is certainly a very handy thing to know, but just understand, if you know a C major scale already, the only difference is the B flat. So the key signature, or the key signature for the scale, or the key, is all natural notes barring the B flat. There's a B flat. There's another one. There's another one. And there's our F. So there's our F major scale, open, full open position, everything that we can find for that particular scale without having to shift anywhere up the neck. So number one for a start, if you understand that, that's going to put you in a very, very good position to continue on with what we're about to talk about. So we're going to finish this portion of the video with one more scale, because it's a really common thing to do is use the pentatonic scale. So the scale we were just playing there is that full major or the diatonic scale. So that's the really common diatonic major scale. So the pentatonic scale though is only using 5 of those notes, and this is really handy to understand as well. So here is the F major pentatonic scale in the open position. We only use 5 of those 7 notes. So we've got the F, the G, the A, the C, and the D. Ignore the B flat because we don't play it in this scale. We don't play the E either, so we drop to 2 notes. So there's our 5 notes that make the scale. Let's repeat it now over the full position. Starting on that F is our first octave. Continue on to the first string. Up to the A. That's as far as we're going to cover in this position because we don't need the B flat for the pentatonic scale. Back down again. Back to the F, but we're going to continue lower. So there's that open position pentatonic scale. So a slightly different sound to the major diatonic scale because we are leaving out 2 of those notes. Pentatonic scale is really, really common. It's a really great scale for a lot of styles of music. Okay, that's going to get you started understanding this F major open position. Yes, you can play F major up the neck, that's great, but it's nice to know the options you have in the open position. Down the track, we're going to check out B flat, we're going to check out D minor, we're going to check out G minor, we're going to check out all those possibilities that you have in the open position. G's are really common, C, A, and D, they're all really common keys in the open position, of course, a lot of fiddle tunes. But what if you need to play an F? It's nice to understand that. So do some work on those scales. Firstly, just build your knowledge and your technical work, so your practice, your technique with those scales. Now, if you head to pickinglessons.com, firstly, you'll be able to grab yourself a copy of the charts we're working through. So you'll have access to the example solo at the beginning of this video and all this technical work that we've been covering. In the member section, we're going to continue this lesson. We're going to break down the open position chords found in the key of F. We're going to break down the arpeggios in the open position. So an arpeggio is a broken chord. So notes played individually that build the chord. We're going to look at that. That's all really important because understanding how that is built will really strengthen your improvisational skills and your understanding of being able to really build solos and melodies in the key. We'll also break down, of course, this example solo, so the study in F. We'll have a look at more so the analysis, so looking at why it's working and how we're going about it. So pickinglessons.com, I'll see you there.